Hey everyone, it's the Angry Honey Badger here, and it is time for Badgers picks for the week of August 19th. We're going to see who's free this week and what 4 champions I'm going to recommend. Free this week, we have Master Yi, Soraka, Teemo, Olaf, Caitlyn, Karma, Volibear, Ahri, Victor, and Draven. As for my first recommendation for this week, I'm actually going to go with the bear, El Volibear. Now, I actually recommend Volibear a lot when he is free, and there's a reason for that. He is not very difficult to play, and he's incredibly tanky with a ridiculously strong passive most of the time. So it's not really a super tough play, and you can play him top or jungle depending on if you're looking for a champion for those positions. So obviously you can try out Volibear if you're looking for obviously that tank. Also, if you get like 1 damage item on him, he can shred through people and still obviously be a tank because it's Volibear. Just kind of how he rolls. Try him out. As for my next recommendation, I'm going to go with Olaf. Now, Olaf did receive a little bit of a buff, I believe 2 or 3 patches ago, and it's kind of helped him out a little bit. I've seen a little bit more play out of him actually in games instead of just completely ignored, and he's been better, let's say. I think he's still decently fun to play and can be a menace, especially when getting to the back line because of his ultimate just running through all that crowd control. So if you're looking for somebody maybe who can deal with the back line or at least get to it, you might want to try out Olaf. My next recommendation for this week is going to be Ahri. Now, Ahri has seen a little bit more play recently in LCS and just in general, but that's because she did receive a small buff, which has kind of made her a little bit more viable. She's still good, but because of the hyper carry meta kind of happening right now, she can get in and actually assassinate targets, which becomes very helpful when you need to eliminate people. It's kind of a trend that happens in League. You want to kill the enemy. Who would have thought? So Ahri is in a good spot right now. I also think she has not too hard of a laning phase, and if you are ever under like extremely hard pressure or ganked, you can always escape with your ultimate. It's pretty easy. It's like having a bunch of flashes. So Ahri's pretty safe to play too once you hit level 6. So if you need a new mid to play, try her out. And as for my final recommendation for this week, I'm going to go ahead and pick Draven. Now, Caitlyn is the other ADC who is free this week, and she is actually easier to play than Draven. But Draven is really good just because he can do a lot of damage. So if you play the aggressive ADC and have a friend you play support with or whatever, if they are aggressive as well, you guys can usually snowball your lane out of control because of all of the adoration that he can get from his passive. It's quite nice. A little bit you need to know about Draven is he does lack a little bit of attack distance in comparison to Caitlyn's and a few other champions, but if you do get that damage across them early, you can usually snowball your lane. So, like I said, kill people early, get that extra gold, finish off big items, murder everyone. That is going to be the picks and the free champions for this week, the week of August 19th. Try any of the champions that I recommended. Obviously, play any of the other ones that you have not played before either if you want to play them, or if somebody just looks fun, if you're like, yeah, I've been wanting to play Teemo forever. Yeah. Maybe you don't think that, though. If you're looking for champions to avoid, I'd say avoid Victor and Soraka. They're currently getting reworks. Raka's is probably further out, but Victor's is actually in progress. So don't get too attached to them. They're probably getting changed a little bit. Try any of them out. If there's a box around any of these pictures right now, that means you can click on it, and it will take you to a build of some sort, whether it is a full-length build or a quick build that is more up-to-date. But try any of these out, and just good luck out there this week on the Fields of Justice.